Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back, depending on who you are. This is my booktube channel, and I am Sasha. I would like to say thank you to everybody who interacted with my first video, whether it was a comment, a like, or a subscription. It was very nice. I appreciate it a lot, so thank you. Today is Thursday. It is not Wednesday. Thursday, or Wednesday, I had to work, and I was tired when I came home, so I was like, I don't want to film a video. But on Wednesdays, there is a little, I don't know what to call it, discussion series called Top 5 Wednesday, if you haven't heard of it. It was started by Ginger Reads Laney, and it is currently moderated by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. Wednesday is just kind of it's a topic, and like today's topic would be, or yesterday's topic would be, top 5 literary fathers / father figures, for example. And you kind of, pick 5 and you discuss them. So I thought, why not do that? The problem with this topic for me is that I did not grow up with a father. So I don't really know what constitutes a good or bad father. Well, I know, don't beat your children and, don't murder them. But I don't know what would constitute the best father or the best father figure. So today's gonna be an interesting video. So my first pick, number 5, is Marco from Saga. Saga is not a book. Saga is a comic series, but I think it counts anyway. Saga is about these two people, not people, they're aliens technically, Marco and Alana, and they fall in love, although they are on different sides of a war. I believe they're different species, and so they fall in love and get pregnant together. They're not both pregnant, but you know what I mean. So they have a baby, and that baby is named Hazel, and because this baby is a mix of both races or species, she becomes a target. Basically, the whole universe wants to murder her. So the series is about trying to rescue her or keep her away from the evil aliens, the evil empires of aliens, science fiction stuff. I think Marco is a good father because he is fiercely protective. Be fiercely protective if there's a hit out on your baby. But he's also like a pacifist. When Hazel was born, he swore to be a pacifist. And I think that's a really interesting contradiction for a character to have. To need to protect your child with your whole life, but also to not want to kill anyone or hurt anyone. So is Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, this is only from To Kill a Mockingbird. The rumor I heard is that in the second book, Go Set a Watchman, I believe it's called, he becomes racist or something. Which, it's a whole thing. We don't need to get into it. I haven't even read the book, so who cares? I think Atticus Finch is a good father because he teaches his children compassion and what's right. And you can tell he loves them, and he wants them to grow up to be good people. And I think that that's a very good quality in a father. And he's also very wise. He's the one who says it's a sin to kill a mockingbird because all they do is sing and try to bring pleasure to people. I believe that's not the exact quote, but he's a good person and a good father, a good person in general and a good father. So that's why he's my number 4. My number 3 is Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. The book series is called A Song of Ice and Fire, but it doesn't really matter. He only, spoiler alert, he only lives in A Game of Thrones, that first book. Yeah, if you don't know that by now, I'm sorry, I guess, not really. I think Ned Stark is a good father because, well, number 1, he loves his children equally. He has 6 of them, and I feel like that's a lot of children to sort of spread your attention across. But he does show them all love, and I think, that's difficult. But he manages it. He also manages to balance being a father with being a lord, and that seems difficult too, because being a lord, you have to sort of not rule, but like rule over an entire population of people. And I think trying to do that while also trying to pay attention to your family is difficult. And he manages it. Like I said, he manages it. He also fights for what's right. That's kind of a theme, as you can see in the fathers I've chosen. He fights for what's right, even when it's kind of stupid. He's not dumb. He's just naive, I guess, which seems like very hard to be when you've lived through a war. He literally lived through a war, but still trusts the wrong people. I mean, I didn't choose him as a good father because he's necessarily clever, but he also, one thing that I think is really nice is he lets his children be themselves. Arya is very tomboyish, and from what I remember of the book, he doesn't force her into being girly. He doesn't force her into, embroidering and wearing dresses. He sort of lets her, play around with the boys and sword fight. And I think that's really sweet. So that's why he's my number 3 choice. My number 2 pick is Papa, or Hans Huberman from The Book Thief. Ooh, do I need to even say more? If you read The Book Thief, you understand. There's so many emotions, and he's not technically Liesel's father, but he is in every other sense. He just loves her so much, and you can tell it shines through in every line and every interaction, and he's just such a good person. I love Hans Huberman. That Book Thief. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to get emotional. That's why he's my number 2 pick, because my number 1 pick is not one person, but several, and that is all of Harry Potter's father figures in the Harry Potter books. This includes Arthur Weasley, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, the men who raised Harry to be who he is. I'd like to take a moment to say, number 1, screw Severus Snape, and number 2, screw Albus Dumbledore. They don't count. They don't get a mention besides to say they can chew on my raggedy ass toenails. Fuck them. So, but the men I mentioned, Arthur, Sirius, Remus, they all kind of, they had a part in raising Harry to be the man he was. And I absolutely adore Harry Potter as a character. He is not perfect, and I don't think a good character should be perfect. But he does have a kind heart and a, a good sense of direction, of his good morals. And I think that a lot of that comes from the men who, took part in raising him. So that's why they're my number ones. Like I said, Severus Snape, Albus Dumbledore, they don't count. Fuck them. I don't think I need to say why, unless you haven't read the seventh book, or the sixth one. But you should have by now. The series was started in the 90s. Come on. So yeah, those were my top 5 fathers slash father figures. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below who your top 5 fathers or father figures are in literature. And, have a good day. Goodbye.